girls.
Hi everyone, it's Sonia here. Well, we're having a kind of 100th monkey phenomenon happening here in Quebec. Even though we have 82% of people here in Quebec vaccinated with one dose and 40 something percent vaccinated with two doses, and even though many of the Western provinces have abolished mask mandates, our government here in Quebec continues to enforce them. However, we seem to have gotten to a tipping point where people are saying no. Before I start, I just want to say thank you for liking the video and leaving me a comment. Thank you for your support on Patreon. That helps keep my channel going. And I just want to give a shout out to my partners at BioTrust because they are right now giving away a bottle of Pro X10 probiotics, which is usually valued at $49.99, giving it away free. You just pay shipping and handling. There's no catch. There's no signing up for anything. You receive a bottle of Pro X10 probiotics, which are specially encapsulated so that they go where they need to go and help restore your gut flora. So if you're interested in getting one of these bottles for just the shipping and handling of, I think, $7 or $8, please check out the link below. So yes, here in Quebec, it has been quite draconian as far as the masks and mask mandates go. It's actually been even very difficult for people who have legitimate exemptions, such as myself. When I go in somewhere and I'm not able to wear the mask, I get hassled. I've been detained by security guards. There's some people who say, oh, you just say I have an exemption and they let you in, but that has not been my experience. Actually, that really sucks. But it's not only people now with exemptions who are insisting that they come into stores without a mask. It's just people in general. So what I want to show you is there is a group in Quebec, which has started on Facebook called Commerce du Québec, où on respecte l'intimité de votre dossier médical, meaning Quebec businesses who respect the privacy of your medical file, your medical dossier. And this group has grown very, very quickly. There's now 73.2 thousand members. I'm going to show it to you now before they shut the group down. But I mean, basically, these are actually people who are against the wearing of the mask, against the mandate of the wearing of the masks by the public in general. Some of them are vaccinated, some of them are not, some of them have medical exemptions, some don't. But in general, they agree that at this point, with the cases and hospitalizations being so very, very low and the vaccination rate being so very, very high, and this having gone on for so long, and a number of other factors, that it doesn't make sense now for the mask being mandated for access to, businesses and services. And what's interesting here is this has actually been getting some coverage in our press. I mean, look, I'll show you that number again. 73.2 thousand people. That's a lot. So this article was in Journal de Québec, des commerçants inscrits sur une liste anti-masque à leur insu. So businesses have apparently been put on some anti-mask list without having consented to it. They're saying that businesses were furious to find themselves on this list. And here was this map, a map that was supposed to be like a Google map. You would click on these and it would tell you the name of the business so that you would know which businesses will let you in without a mask. Now, from being in this group and seeing what people are saying, I know that there are a lot of businesses that are not requiring people to wear masks inside their stores, and they have put themselves on the list. Ici, je porte un sourire. Here, I wear a smile, a movement that creates confusion. This is the mask mandate poster that the government wants businesses to put up, but there are a lot of businesses that have put up the smile poster instead. So there are definitely a lot of businesses in Quebec actually that are putting up this poster and saying they're not going to force their customers to wear masks anymore. So they're saying that it confuses people because it looks like the poster from Santé Québec, except that instead of wearing a mask, you're wearing a smile. So people don't know what to do with that. Oh my God, what is this? I have to smile when I go in the store. What about my mask? I'm gonna get the COVID. So the Chamber of Commerce of Mauricie published a communiqué saying that there could be a confusion because of this smiling campaign. Like, people might actually think that this is from the Ministry of Health. I don't think so. I mean, maybe some people would, but probably most people would know it was something else. Again, here more negative coverage from Ciel 103.7, that it was a fake map. And then they see all these little smiles. Apparently there is no smile when you get there. They did not even agree to be on this map. They don't know what they're doing there. They don't want you to smile. They want you to put your mask on and keep it there. So again, saying that, somebody made this fake map and put all this stuff on there. But like I told you, I know from the being here for a fact that a lot of businesses have done it. And even the other day, there was a guy in there who said that the police came into his business and warned him, if you don't take that sign down, I don't know, we're going to come back and we're going to do something. But he said he's not going to take it down. And he said, listen, there are a lot of businesses that are refusing to go along with this now. There are a lot of people who are refusing. And so go ahead and do your worst. And he says that the cop told him, yeah, we know. And if it continues like this, probably the mask mandate will be removed by Monday. Of course, our government will just be like, yeah, it has nothing to do with people being fed up and non-compliant. We were going to just do this anyway, just at the right time, which just happens to be now. I mean, this is what the guy said. He said that the cops were like, yeah, whatever. So anyway, there is a map. It's not the one that they showed you here, though. I mean, I don't know what's up with this. Like this map here that they showed you that looks like a Google map. He says they all say it's fake, but there really is a map. But you have to know where to go to get the link. I happen to know where to go. So apparently the businesses on here, let's see who in Montreal will let you in without a mask. Because, man, I have an exemption. Like, I'm autistic. I have worn the mask as much as I was able to, but a lot of the time, like, I really can't have it on for very long at all, which just gives me the option of risking having a complete mental breakdown or not doing my shopping. Usually I just choose to not do the shopping because I cannot deal with having a breakdown, Where's Montreal here? Wait, here's Montreal. Let's just see. I'm willing to bet the pharmacy I went to yesterday was not on the map because actually, let me tell you, at my pharmacy, I have my pharmacist has even actually seen my diagnostic report and for my son. And, like, they're my pharmacy for a long time. They know that we're autistic. So I asked her, like, can you put a note there that says that I have an exemption, that I have one of the conditions that qualify for an exemption? She's like, yes, sure. And don't worry, you're not going to have any problems when you come back. So I was like, yay, finally. Because the pharmacy, it has a lot of lights and noise, and I really just can't be in there for very long with a face covering. Where's my bogus face covering? I don't know where it is. Okay, I go in like with this thing. It's a neck gaiter, and look, you can see right through it. You can see and this cannot possibly serve any medical purpose, and yet it's perfectly legal for me to go into the store with this on, and obviously it's much more sensory friendly, but it's totally pointless. So that goes to show, like, what is the purpose of this rule really? Because this can't really be helping anybody's health. And still I have to wear it in a lot of places. They won't let me in. But anyway, so I went into that pharmacy again yesterday, and the security guard, like, straight up detained me and made me go to the back to prove that I had an exemption, that the pharmacist really knew about it. Of course, the pharmacy's super busy, so he expects me to wait there for like half an hour to talk to the pharmacist. I was so pissed. I was like, you're just detaining me. You're sucking up all my time. I've already been through this with them. They already know. But he just wouldn't let it go. I even showed him a printout of the law, and he was like, yeah, but you could just say you have one, and you could be lying. And I was like, but that's the law. You're not allowed to ask me for documentation or bar me from coming in. It just says I just have to tell you I have a condition. And he just goes in circles. He wasn't listening. Anyway, I'm willing to bet that pharmacy is not on the list. And by the way, I did make a complaint to the security company. I haven't heard yet. So what is this business here? Oh, Conrad Pitre et Fils, whatever that is. Kiki le Petit Prince Chocolat. Health food store here. Sushi place. Boulangerie, that's a bakery. Oh, the car wash. patisserie, pastry shop. So this would be like in my area. So anyway, like apparently these people really have put themselves on this list. And also in the group, you see a lot of people documenting themselves going into stores. Wait, let me show you. See, going into stores without wearing masks. And some of them have a medical exemption, but like me, they've been forced to wear a mask or, you know, show medical information, hence the name of the group. And some of them just are done. They're like, listen, everybody's vaccinated. We're a year and a half into this. You can't just force us to wear masks forever. So, see all these people putting their pictures saying like they just went successfully into a store. So what's happening here is that this is just growing so fast. 73.2 members already. A lot of stores putting up those signs. Stores are putting this up. I mean, the government's like, well, you're going to confuse people. They're going to think it's us saying this. Yeah. Wouldn't that be nice if the government was saying you should smile, you know? Instead of putting this on your face. Mask bandit. Wear a smile instead. I mean, look, England right now, they have like 70 something percent double vaccinated. I think it's 60 something. No, 70 something percent single vaccinated and 60 something percent double vaccinated. And they're having an explosion of cases. It's up to like 50,000 cases per day. Although they're not having like as much of an explosion for hospitalizations and deaths, but they're having a ton of cases. You know how many cases we're having in Quebec? Like less than 100 per day. It's like between 60 and 80 cases. So, I mean, in England, with a little bit more vaccination coverage, but not that much more, and so many cases, and they announced they're getting rid of their mask mandates. And yet here in Quebec, it's like nothing we do is ever good enough for them. Anyway, people are getting fed up, and it feels like it's like a collective thing, like a 100th monkey syndrome, 100th monkey phenomenon, where like once enough people kind of get to the point that where they're like, yeah, this doesn't make sense, we're not gonna comply, then it falls apart. And I just want to remind you, like, none of this has been done through democratic process or debate. The National Assembly has been functional for this whole time, and they've been debating about other issues and making decisions based on democratic process for other issues, but not for health. Everything that had to do with health got shifted right over and was ruled by decree by François Legault, our premier, Christian Dubé, the health minister, and Horacio Arruda, what is he again? Like another health minister or something like that. These three guys have been ruling by decree for a year and a half for everything that has to do with public health and safety policy. And I mean, at this point, what is their excuse for retaining this power and not giving it back to the National Assembly so that the decisions can be made by debate and by more people, so we can have democracy? I mean, this is really what it is. That they have suspended the democratic process here, and so the people are just starting to say, well, listen, we don't agree with this anymore. We don't respect this. You're not respecting our will. You're not respecting the democracy. And so we're just not going to comply anymore. I mean, like, this isn't a dictatorship. So at a certain point, I mean, people also have the ability to think logically, you know, when there were a lot of people in hospital, or, you know, it's really bad and we don't know what's going on, most people probably wouldn't have a problem with wearing the mask. Probably at this point, a lot of people will still do it, but they just don't believe that it should be mandatory, you know, from the government. I mean, realistically, in Quebec, I think a lot of people would still wear masks. But, I mean, since when does our government here in Quebec rule by decree on a permanent basis? You know, people here are really getting fed up. And so it's interesting to see. It's like it gets to a certain tipping point and then it just takes over. So I'm just letting you know this is what's going on here in Quebec. People are really getting fed up and they're saying no. So many businesses are saying, I'm not doing this anymore. And even the people in the stores who are telling people you have to put a mask on, you know, when that person says, well, I know you have to tell me that, but I'm not putting it on, they're like, okay. And then they tell them that they secretly agree with them. They're like, yeah, this is getting ridiculous. Anyway, so that's it. I want to let you know what's going on in Quebec. I hope you found that was interesting. Thanks for liking the video. Thanks again for your support. Please don't forget to check out the link for Pro X10 probiotics. you get a free bottle. And thanks for listening to me, and I'll see you next time.